Hi, welcome back to the Jokes by Jay podcast. I am very, very excited about this episode because I have a very, very dear friend to me who's many things, not just my friend. But Igor Sanaev is with me today. Welcome, Igor.
Hi.
And he is very near and dear to me for many reasons, but we met about 8 years ago because he works in the salon in Beverly Hills downstairs from my job. And I needed a haircut. So I went in and I just got paired up with him because, you just go to a salon for the first time, you have no idea. And we hit it off. We have a lot of things in common, actually. He came from Russia originally, but moved to New York when he had first arrived to America. And I'm from the East Coast and I lived in New York. So we have that in common. We're both really funny. We're creative. We both have a lot of facial hair. So, we have a lot of things in common. We both like men. There's also that.
Right.
And so he has been I've known him since before I even had kids. And he's just been with me kind of through we've gone through a lot of life journeys together.
Yeah.
My first pregnancy, his first divorce. So far, there haven't been any others. That's good.
Yeah.
And
Thank God.
thank God. And he's a lot of things. So he does hair, he does makeup. He did my hair and makeup tonight. And I think I look gorgeous. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
He did this little thing. I don't know if you guys can see, or if you have the ability to zoom in, please do. To my mouth, which makes it look like I have gotten my lips done and I haven't. I'm not saying my sister is not a liar in general, but I am saying that she might be telling the truth about this lip liner thing because he did it to me tonight. Okay. So this is Igor and I want him to he's a great stories and stuff. And I love his journey because I've had a journey, as you guys know. And I love anyone who has a really great journey. I just love it. So he has an awesome story about his whole kind of arrival here. So you just take it away and tell him.
Yeah. So I moved 2012 from Russia to New York.
He has a very thick New York accent. I don't know if
So
you
I'm
guys
a
can
New
hear.
Yorker. Yeah, where's my coffee? So I lived there for 2.5 years
In New York.
in New York
Yeah.
before I moved to LA. The first time I came to Los Angeles was 2013, February.
So
It was
freezing in
Oscars.
New York.
It was freezing in New
Yeah.
York. So I remember walking out of the airplane, layered,
Yeah.
obviously, and it was high 70s or probably
It was like
low
a sauna
80s.
for you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Anyway, you were coming here for work for the Oscars? Like to
yes,
do hair and makeup?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
so
awesome.
we were working, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's awesome,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so on the way back
Back to New York from
back
here.
to
you
New
were
York,
like,
I was already like, yeah, I'm gonna move here.
yeah. It's so funny. The weather was a huge selling point for me. But I remember my first Christmas here. I remember distinctly decorating my tree in a tank top and being like, it doesn't feel like the holidays, which was
Yes.
kind of weird for me. And I didn't really like that, but I hate the cold more. So I was fine with that.
My first
adjusted.
Christmas, I remember we went for Christmas tree shopping.
Yeah.
It was 84 degrees.
It's crazy.
It was 2014.
Yeah. If you love
And I was like,
seasons,
something's wrong.
I know. If
you
you're
know?
like a seasons person, this is not for you. But Russia's freezing.
Oh,
all the time.
Yeah, no.
Most of the
I
time,
was
right?
born into the snow, I think.
Yeah. Probably just landed in a fucking snowbank. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was like, New York. I like New York,
Yeah.
right? But so 2012, I moved in September.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather. And
Oh,
my
so
birthday
nice.
in the end of the September.
Yeah.
So where I'm
We're
from,
a month apart, by the way.
Yeah.
His birthday is the end of September, right?
Yeah.
26th?
27th.
27th. Whoops. Mine's the end of August, and we're exactly the same age,
Yeah.
but I'm a month older. He made sure he let me know that I'll turn 40 before he does this year. so,
Yep.
but wait, you have a great story about your hair, cutting your hair as a kid, right?
Oh yeah.
I love this story.
Well, I was always into hair, I guess, into old fashioned and creating stuff. For some reason, when I was around 4 or 5 years old,
4 or 5 years old. Imagine. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's just so little and cute. I can't even.
I was obsessed with a bowl cut.
Yeah,
I thought
the
it was
bowl cut.
so
Anyone who's our age
cool.
knows the bowl cut. It literally is the cutest little. It's the fucking
Yeah.
cute. And you had
Yeah.
to have it.
Yeah.
I understand.
And my godmother, she's a hairstylist. So she was always cutting my hair.
Yeah.
And I remember she came and I said, "Oh, I want a bowl cut." She's like, "Yeah, right." So she was cutting, and I was like, how's coming?" She's like, "Yeah, it's good." But I cannot see the mirror.
The mirror, because you're little. You're 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I look in the mirror, and it was the same haircut, like short one. I was so pissed.
Oh my God.
So I didn't allow them to cut my hair
Anymore.
ever
The
again.
godmother was completely cut off.
Yeah, she's like, hold the picture.
She's dead to you. Yep.
Yeah, unbaptized. So when it was enough length, as I thought,
Yeah.
I took
I
my
thought. Oh no.
I took my mom's manicure scissors,
Oh my
the small
God.
ones, and
The little nail
I
scissors
just
for your hands.
yeah, and I just went like,
Wait,
how
so did you
can...
put a bowl over your head to give you some?
Well, no, that's unnecessary.
Oh, my God, he was a fucking
just
pro at 4 or 5 years old.
free-handed.
Freehanded.
Freehanded.
Did it come out good? Okay.
Well, my
It was
mom
a fir-
took
it was your
me
first haircut.
to my
Godmother to fix it.
to fix it. Basically,
So
yeah.
good. It's so good. I love that. So so you moved to LA. What did you say? Like a year and a half later, from New York after you visited here.
2014.
Okay, yeah.
July, I think.
Okay.
June, July, yeah.
Okay, so like a
year
and
and a half. I wanna
Okay,
say,
okay.
yeah.
So you move out here. What happens? Like, how does it go for you?
It
Like, you got a job in a salon right away? Did you get like what?
Not right away. It was one salon. I don't want to name names. It was
Please
one.
don't.
It was one salon. With.
Was it like Supercuts or was it like a,
No.
like a better...
No. It was a celebrity hairstylist.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and the celebrity hairstylist told me that, hey, so I'm just gonna keep my clientele, the one that I kind of like,
Yeah.
and the rest I'm just gonna give it to you.
Oh,
And that's perfect because
what
I
a
don't
great
have
scenario.
clientele.
Yeah, and you can build your...
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was there a month.
Oh, okay.
I had 2 blow dries,
That's all he gave you?
$84 check.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I mean,
Wait, so for, like total $84?
yes,
For 2 blow dries?
yeah.
But that's all he gave, like this extra clientele,
Yes,
that's all he gave you?
Yes. So after a week, I was like, so what about clients?
Yeah.
You know? And he said, well, go and promote yourself. And I'm like, well, that
You
wasn't
didn't
the
know
deal.
anyone. That was supposed to be how you built
Yeah, there wasn't
relationships.
oh, there's a bar here, there's a bar. I'm like, okay.
A bar?
Yeah.
Like go to like the bar to find people's hair to cut? That was how you're
guess.
supposed
Yeah,
to promote yourself?
kind of, yeah.
What a dick.
So
So you didn't get to cut a single hair. You were just blow drying
no,
hair.
yeah.
Two people's heads.
2 people.
I can't.
Now I already started to send my resume to other salons, you know.
That was smart.
And I remember the day I picked up the goddamn $84 check. I was so pissed. I've decided,
By the way, even then, because it's not that long ago, like
no,
anyone who's not from here, it is so expensive to live in Los Angeles. I mean, California in general, but Los Angeles specifically is like, and the people we work with and like we work in Beverly Hills, it's insane. Like it is insane. And we, like I live 10 miles from Beverly Hills. It takes me an hour in traffic to get to work. But like
I live
the
4
cost of
miles.
living, yeah, he lives 4 miles from
and it takes me an hour sometimes.
yeah. And like the cost of living is so high. So $84 is such a kick in the teeth. It's like not even funny. It's just to give you
No,
food
84.
for-
I don't know. What are you gonna buy?
Nothing.
I mean, twice.
You can't even pay someone to make a flyer for you to promote yourself for $84.
No,
Ridiculous.
no.
Unbelievable. Anyway, okay, so you're sending out your
So
resume.
I was sending my resumes, and so I picked up the check, and I was so angry. So I decided to walk home.
Yeah.
Which is not that far, to kind of cool down.
Yeah.
And I got a call from my present boss. She's like, "Hi, so I saw your resume." She's like, "When can you start?" Like tomorrow. She's like, "Okay, simmer down. Let's have."
You're like, don't be too eager.
Yeah, let's have an interview and stuff.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, absolutely, tomorrow.
I can,
You
I
know?
can come right now. No.
Yeah. So
You're like, I'm actually right outside. So creepy.
Right?
No.
and I went, so I did blow dry, I think, or something, and
Yeah,
they just a few questions,
Yeah.
and the rest of the history. I'm
So
there,
you got the job there. You were there for a while.
and I'm still there.
It's the same
Yeah,
salon.
it's the same salon. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God. I did
So
not
it's like
know this
technically
story.
second time.
That's
second
awesome.
salon.
Yeah.
But the first one didn't like really work. for
And
me.
by the way, like I love I mean, I love your location because it's so convenient for me because it's right downstairs
Because it's
from my
right
job.
downstairs.
Yeah, but like, it is a nice salon. Like I do like
It is.
it there.
It's no. It's amazing salon. It's amazing area.
It is.
It's amazing owner.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
The
family
energy of the
and
place
energy.
is really nice.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And the very you know me because I do work on sets sometimes. Before pandemic I was flying back and forth between New York and LA.
Yeah.
So they're very
Understanding of your
understanding.
schedule and
Yeah.
stuff.
So
That's awesome.
sometimes I'm like, hey, I have this shoot that
Yeah.
I have to, like spread my clients. They're like, okay, and my clients are very understanding.
That's
You
awesome.
know, that's what I need.
But now you have that. You have your own clientele. You have
Yeah.
people that like will not go to anyone else. That's so great. Do you cut your own hair?
No.
Because your hair is great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, that's my.
Oh my God.
That's my hairstylist.
When
I hope.
unnamed, no. So when I met Igor, he had the most beautiful long hair you can imagine. You did.
It was no. When you
This
met me, it
beautiful
was
mane.
short, and then it was long.
You did. You had your head was shaved actually.
Yes,
like
my
short,
head
like
was
like
shaved,
it was
yeah.
so you. But you look great with all hair. Like not a lot of guys kind of look with a shaved head,
I
long
was
hair.
thinner and younger. Now I cannot pull
You know
that
what?
look.
We were both a lot lighter when we first met. This is not what I look like. Let's be honest. By the way, I changed the set a little bit of the podcast. You guys may or may not notice anything different about this, but I was on a love seat before. I was on a love seat version of this exact couch. And
Adult bed.
when Tanya, my sister, came on with me, we were so like smushed. And then I was like, I'm not like in my mind, I'm like I'm like, who am I? Like spiritually, like I'm this light little skinny, slightly, maybe does she have an eating disorder? Like I'm so small, you know what I mean? But then like in real life, I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm not. So I was like, we need to be on a couch. Like this is much better. This is much more comfortable.
Absolutely.
This is a full size couch. We move things around a bit. Full disclosure, usually this is shot on a legitimately like a professional camera. And right now we are talking to you through my iPhone because we started the podcast, 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And just like 5 minutes in, the whole camera just shut off. I don't know what happened, and I'm not even
Battery
sure.
died or something.
I don't know if we're
happened.
recording right now. I have no idea what we look like because the phone isn't facing the correct direction.
Hi, Mom.
But yeah, hopefully this works out and it looks okay. And we're going to get our shit together for next week, but it doesn't matter. So anyway,
Can you imagine the framing is just like our forehead?
it's just my mouth. Well, good actually, because the lip liner, at least that they'll see that. No, but so Igor also did, some of you who follow me on Instagram and stuff will have remembered this, but he also did, he's an insanely good photographer.
Oh,
So
thank you.
like, I know, cause no, there's a lot of people I know that like dabble in different things, and which is awesome. And I think that that's great. But like Igor is one of very few people I know that doesn't just like dabble in things. Like whatever it is that he's doing, he's very, very good at. So like he's very good at hair. He's very good at makeup, obviously. And he's like an incredible photographer. So he took my pictures. I never had pregnancy pictures done when I was pregnant with my daughter. I don't know why I never did it. And so when I was pregnant with my son, he wanted to do for his portfolio, because he had just gotten into this whole photography thing, have pregnancy photos. And I was like, totally, let's do it. And I brought my daughter, and it was really cute. And I posted these pictures on my Instagram. So if you haven't seen them, go check them out. They're incredible. He did them. And I'm so glad I have that, because it was like just an awesome memory to have. And that my daughter was a part of it was really beautiful. But he was, just so that I'm not like blowing smoke up his ass, he literally started taking pictures, and then like 5 minutes later, what did you do? You did this thing online where you got like, you submitted your
Yeah. So there's it's sort of game / app for photographers, so you can submit your work based on challenge. So what is like black and white pictures, or like it's lighting, or it's shapes, or something like that. And then
this is like an international thing? Like
yes,
people, yeah.
it's international.
So people from all over the world are looking at
Absolutely.
this. Okay.
And some of it's actually a magazine or exhibition challenges.
Oh.
So
if you win that, you go into that magazine.
if you are
or you go-
top 10, top 100,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
you either physically your work physically being printed and presented on exhibition
That's amazing.
or digitally or the magazine. It depends.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I was featured twice digitally, and then 2 times they were printed. Actually, my pictures. One was in Berlin, Germany, and another one was in Greece.
I mean, Jesus Christ. So it's not just me being like, you're a great photographer because I look so good when I was pregnant. Like, you know your shit. By the way, none of those pictures were of me. The point is that he's a very good photographer.
Thank you.
So wait,
trying.
You have an Instagram for your photography, right?
I do. Yeah.
What is it called?
It's at Sanaev Photo.
Sanaev Photo. Yeah. And Sanaev, FYI, is spelled Sanaev.
Yeah.
Right?
That's Russian last name, yeah.
Sanaev Photo.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So you've gotten into, not you've gotten into, your life is hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Primarily hair, yeah, would you say?
No,
or both.
Both.
It's both but equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then photography is something that you kind of do just for yourself, for fun, or what? What is you want to do something with that? Or is that just something you were like, I want to try this? Like, what was the thing that happened that you were like?
Well, how it happened.
Yeah.
My new boyfriend.
Yeah. Who I love, by the way, but go ahead. He was there helping. When just FYI, I have to say this one thing about him. So when we did my pregnancy photo shoot, he was great because he came there and he's an actor also. Yeah, he's an actor.
Yeah.
So he really knows, like, I'm not an actress at all, right? So like he was very good at like, so Janine, I need you to be like he would tell me like what like the mood my face should be in, you know what I mean? And like do this and look up at look, I want to look in this direction, like, and every time he told me whatever to do, like the way he explained it was so good that whatever he asked me to do, I did it like perfectly. And because he just explained it so well, it wasn't just like, oh, you're good at taking direction. It was like he was so good at giving it. He really knows his shit. So he's such a nice guy. But go ahead anyway. So okay, the boyfriend, yes, go.
So
was like take my picture? No.
No. How it started. I've decided to do sort of like a surprise for him and buy a camcorder.
Okay.
Because we started dating right after the whole COVID schmovid thing started kind of sort of, reopening stuff.
Yeah.
But for actors and actresses, the in-person audition still sometimes it's not, yeah. So what people did and they still doing, they go into either studio or they have a camera at home, record and submit.
That's right.
So he was going
like virtual auditions, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was going to his friend, which he lives far away, and it's like, whatever.
Oh, just to be able to film it there?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
he was helping him.
Okay.
And I was like, well, let me, buy as a surprise. And then I did know some editing, like little things. I can like cut and crop and shit,
That's great.
So I did a research.
Uh-huh.
I did the comparison, like for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, so let's go
to find the best thing.
Yes,
I love it.
So let's go to Best Buy.
Okay.
I went to the Best Buy, and then I'm like, that one, and he was like, what do you mean? So it was misunderstanding. He thought we're getting camera, and he's like, no, let's get this one. I'm like, why? He's like, well, you can take pictures. I'm like, pictures? Me? Are you okay upstairs?
Oh, because that was not.
So we got in a fight. Basically in Best Buy, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
You got into a fight at Best Buy.
Yeah,
I can't.
Because, well,
yeah, it's fucking Best Buy. It's the best place to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a camera, and yeah.
So he won the fight basically, and you got the camera.
He won.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've never used that to record his auditions.
And you've just been taking pictures with it. I love it. It's so good.
Pictures and videos.
So wait, does he still have to drive to the friend's house? No.
He works at Amazing Studio now, self-tape studio.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's coaching actors and actresses. He does an amazing job, and yeah, so.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started, and then you just started fucking around with it, and you have to be really great
and I started
at it.
taking pictures of him.
Yeah. I remember because there's a picture. If you go and you follow him on Instagram, there's a very specific photo. I don't know if you still have it up. That was one of the first ones, I think, right? With the lighting. Wasn't that one of the ones that won?
Yes.
Yes.
That's on my photography page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sanaev Photo. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Link down below.
There's no link down. There's no link down below. Don't start that shit. Oh my god, I can't. I can't. Okay, so then You start taking photos. You're fucking great at that. And oh, by the way, I go to his fucking house. He like did my hair and shit for me for when we did the pregnancy photo shoot. And I'm sitting in his house, and he has these like, I think it's 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you will, but like 3 big, huge, beautiful pictures that are like lined up on the wall of a woman.
Yeah. Well, not huge, but yeah.
I mean, they were pretty big.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they
because they lined the wall. They were like perfectly
right. They
lined
are
the wall,
like
right?
triple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you took those fucking pictures too.
No.
You didn't take those pictures.
No. I did hair makeup. For
That's
that.
right. You did the hair and
I did
makeup
hair
for
makeup
that.
for that.
This guy is like fucking all over the place. Okay. So pictures. So then I'm saying, by the way, I only have all this information because I'm sure everybody knows, like you go to a hair salon. I mean, the women will know. And you talk to your hairdresser, and this is like we're chatting, we're loud as shit. Everyone in the salon can hear. It doesn't matter because the blow dryer is going also. So you're like, and we're just like, there was a fucking funny reel he sent me the other day of a guy who is like, he's like, what does it say? It's like when you're at the salon, like you and your hairdresser talking like, and they're just like scream talking to each other while he's like blow drying hair, and then like everyone else in the salon is like looking at them like that's us.
That's us.
So,
yeah, absolutely. Every time.
It totally
every time.
is. So, and I'm like, don't tell anyone this, but, and I'm like telling him, like, fucking everyone in the salon can hear me. Anyway, so I also happened to find out that this motherfucker also wrote a script.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Well,
what?
it's
like,
it's
not,
a script. It's a script. It's
no, but stop for a second. You need to give yourself a little bit of credit because I'm just going to say this. Like, there are people who do that for a living that aren't able to like get a done product. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they work at it for so long, right? And the fact that because here's the point I'm trying to, I think, well, I'm just realizing this even like really trying to bring home, which I didn't have this intention when we started this 10 minutes ago or whatever, but like you are like the true definition of an artist. And why I say that is this.
Thank you.
You're not just the hair and makeup person. That's not like the thing that like, okay, this is all that I do. Maybe it's your main squeeze, fine. But like, then you took on photography, and you didn't just take on photography, like you became really good at it, and other people validated that because you won these things, right? So other people recognize that your work was really good among God knows how many people, submitted their shit, right? Then you're like, oh, I'm just going to dabble into script writing, and I have this idea, and like he's doing someone's hair, he's telling me, and just as he's like looking at her hair and he comes up with this whole idea for like a movie. And you're like, what? Like normal people don't do this. I know to you it's normal because you're in your own head. You know what I'm saying? But like, this is like true artistry.
Maybe I'm just insane.
No, you're not.
Is it because
this is not like a Johnny Nash beautiful mind moment. Like you like, that's what a creative person does. They're constantly creating and coming up with.
I love to create.
Yeah.
I found out that about myself a long time ago. I love to create something with my hands or with, just
that
write.
You made from nothing.
Yeah, like, and I'm trying to turn anything into creation. I mean, creative process, I want to say. I quit smoking recently after 30 plus years doing that.
Very fucking good job, by the way. It's not
Thank
easy.
you. And to do something therapeutic and to like get my mind off
Keep
of
busy.
that.
Yeah.
So I started knitting. I mean, crocheting.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I came to the salon today. He's sitting there crocheting. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm late. He's like, it's okay. Can you give me like 3 minutes? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, man. Finish your scarf. I don't know what like. It's amazing. You do so many things I actually forgot.
I'm just trying to be productive at every second of my life.
That's really good. That's really rare.
I don't know where it comes from, but I feel like I don't want to lose time.
Yeah. No, and time is very valuable, especially
very, yeah.
No, especially when there's a certain amount of things you want to be able to accomplish in your life, and you know what I mean. Like you find like, oh my God, like I have to make good use of my time, and the fact that like I think that all those things that you've taken on and done, the bonus is that holy shit, it's awesome that they're creative, but it also keeps you very productive, and being a productive person, I think does keep you sane and grounded and like, because it's idle minds that start to go like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that turns into another thing. But like, I think that that's awesome. But then you come through all of that and you're doing all of these things still. These are all things that you still do. You still take pictures. You're still doing hair and makeup, obviously. You're still writing. You're still coming up with ideas. You're knitting now. You're doing that. You're creating nonstop. And then you had this idea for something very, very exciting, right? Which I'm just going to say, like, I have my water here, and I normally use a cup that says J on it in the 100 years I've been doing this podcast, in the last 4 episodes. But today, for episode 5, we have this Sanaev Beauty mug that I just got tonight, frosted glass, beautiful. It was too nice to put a straw in. So I'm just going to slurp it through. I'm going to take a sip of my water while you tell them about what this is.
So I've decided to start my cosmetic line.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And
you didn't just decide to start. You actually have already made something, right?
Yeah. Very soon, hopefully in a couple of days, the online store goes online, actually being published with my collection of lashes.
Strip which lashes. I have on right now.
Yeah, so these are one of 6.
I need to say, I am not a fan of fake eyelashes because they're so fucking annoying. Personally, these are not annoying. I actually forgot I had them on until I just looked at that mug and I realized. But there's something very interesting about. Now, first of all, let's just back up a second. You come up with this idea, Sanaev Beauty, right?
Right.
That's the name of the company. It's a whole line of things. He's going to talk more about that. But when did you first have the idea that you're actually going to get this thing going? Pretty recent, no?
Yeah. Well, it started maybe subconsciously. I was thinking about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Basically, I want to create stuff that I cannot buy.
Yeah.
Because I know what I need and I know the quality of the product or how it should look like or what it should be doing.
But there's a very specific, obviously I don't see you all the time. I see you every few weeks or whatever it is, right? But like you had an idea, and to have an online store launching at like any fucking moment, you got quite a bit done to be able to do that, because it takes a lot to just create a fucking line, right? But there was you said something to me very specific about influencers and stuff, right? And because this is along the line of what you're talking about, right? Like knowing what you need, and I really want you to talk about that, because I was one of those people who thought this, and this is wrong actually. So that you need, because I talked about this with self-care, like all the different things that you need to put on your face.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, basically, I don't like influencers much.
I'm an influencer. I'm just kidding. I'm like a micro influencer.
Not all of them. Not all of them. But basically.
But why don't you like them?
They are, I want to say, pushing, most of them, pushing, let's say if it's a makeup influencer, right?
Yep.
They're pushing all the products that they have received from the company to promote.
That's right.
To buy, pushing to the little girls. Yeah. You know, I mean, not girls.
No, young girls. It's a young crowd.
Young kids. And they say, oh, no, you need a color corrector and a powder and this and that and 15 products. And then in the end of the day, a kid have cystic acne, you know, in the end of the day, because from using all the products, that they don't need at 16.
Because you're looking at like these influencers are like, their stable like opinion, that's the leader of that those girls are looking at that person going,
absolutely, yeah.
Oh my God, I have to do what she says because look how pretty she is and blah, 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 and all that weird
but
shit. But
99% of them, they don't even have like professional education.
Right.
In makeup artistry and like how the product should work.
I mean, I don't, but if like, Naked sends me a palette and wants me to talk about it, I'll
there you go.
I'll do it. That actually happened to me once, but I never talked about the palette. But I'm just saying. So I understand that vibe, and I do get that flow because I do it. I'm fucking 39 years old and I do it, and I'll see someone, I'm like, oh, but look at her face. Like I should get that. You know what I mean? So I get it. And it's real. But it's a real thing.
They know how to do their face or their hair good.
Right.
You know, what works for them.
That's
but
right.
Everyone is different.
Right.
That's why we individuals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So skin, hair, texture,
what works
color,
for one might not be the correct thing for another.
Absolutely. Yeah. But they like, no, you have to.
Yeah. So then you started thinking with this and you were like, okay, what do people actually need?
Yeah, what people do need, and
it's not as much as we think we do, is it?
No, absolutely. No. You You need to figure out on your own.
Right.
You know,
what works for your skin.
What works,
But it
yeah.
shouldn't be that you need to have 15 products that you're using morning and at night and all this.
Absolutely no.
Okay.
No, you need to.
I like this because I'm going from nothing, from like a fucking makeup removing wipe to like, I don't want, I was on this website and I'm looking at all this stuff and it's like, take this quiz, right? Take this quiz, always take this quiz. So I take the quiz and then it's like, we're going to email you your results. I'm like, fuck you. And then this thing comes up and I got to click on the link and it goes, you could use the following. And I'm swear to God, it's like 7 different things. Each thing is so expensive. And then it's like, also get this mask thing that's like 10 different. I'm like, first of all, I don't have time to be doing all this shit to my face. I don't. That's why I just use the fucking makeup removing wipe. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm not into that. And I'm also into like, do I have this many issues that I need to fucking do all of these different, you know what I mean? Like, let me moisturize my face, little fucking brightener around the eyes. Okay, I'm with you. Oh, by the way, this is the guy that told me about my dark circles. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. When he was like, you know, like dark circles.
That was by accident.
Joking, I love you. I'm so glad you did. It changed my life. It changed the life
Really?
of my eyes. From that moment, I actually, the only thing I do at night, even if I'm really tired, is I put some under eye cream.
Well, hey.
So thank you. But no, so tell me about, I know, like, obviously I don't want to get into like what you're going to do and the ingredients, because I know that that's stuff that's still in development and you shouldn't really get into that. But we can talk about these 6 lashes, right?
Yeah. Well, they are.
And you can tell
already...
us like, why are there 6? What are the differences? Like,
So,
how many times are they reusable? Like, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's 3D Fox mink lashes. 100% vegan. It made out of silk. It's cruelty free.
Love that.
It's handmade.
Handmade.
Yeah. And you can reuse them up to 20 times.
20 times?
20.
So the lashes I have on right now, I can take them off tonight and I can use them 19 more times.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
And what I
That's awesome.
made sure that the band is made out of cotton.
You know, it's funny you said that because when you put my lashes on tonight and he took them out of his packaging, as you were coming towards my eye and I closed my eye, I noticed something very different about the band. Like it looked like sturdier and not like, so again, I don't use these things a lot, but when I do use, I recently, when I went to a party with Tiffany actually, and I used fake lashes and I took them off the thing and they're like, you know, you got to take them off so carefully. I feel like they're going to rip in half. And it's this thin little fucking thing, which is fine because you want it to look like whatever, like it's part of your lashes.
Right.
But when you came out with yours tonight, I was like, oh my God, like it was like, it almost looked, you're saying it's cotton. Now that makes sense. Like I wouldn't have said cotton, but like you could see that. And it looked, and when you put them on, they didn't feel, because sometimes when they're too thin, you get this like poking effect where you're like, oh my God, it's in my eyelash and your eye's tearing. None of that was happening. It was like really, really great. So
it's actually not the thinness, it's the
material.
The
that they use
material.
to make it?
It's
of the band.
Some of the lashes, they look great, and well, I'm not gonna name names again.
Yeah.
But I've been using them in my in my makeups for clients,
people.
but I feel like they made of like plastic. You can't even like bend them, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it on the eye, and the client's like,
Totally.
stroking. Yeah. So that was my number one because it's extremely uncomfortable. You have to wear them
the
for
whole fucking
hours.
night. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And
act like it's fine, and you're like, it's fine, it's fine. Like,
yeah, and then you're like tearing, like a bloodshot.
It's a very emotional night for me. You're like trying to like play it off,
right? So I was trying to make sure that it's actually soft and pliable, and it goes onto your eye,
like contours to your eye.
Yes,
the way,
yes, kind of molds into
which
that.
makes sense, like cotton, because cotton is very like pliable like
yes,
that, and it will
yes,
form
absolutely,
to your eye.
Yeah, but and quite sturdy at the same time.
Yeah, I love that. So what are the difference between the 6 of them?
So the
Is
shape,
it style? Okay, it's the shape.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, the shape. So it's kind of technically 2 collections,
Okay.
3 and 3.
Okay.
So one natural,
more of
I
a
wanna
natural
say.
look, like.
Yeah, but for natural is different for different people.
I mean, fake lashes are fake lashes.
Yeah,
but
fake
it's
lashes,
the
yeah.
natural version. Fine.
Yeah,
Okay, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah, I get it.
So
It's not going to be like 3 lashes on a strip. It's just natural.
yeah.
Like it just looks like your barren ass lashes.
So 3 different intensities of
Oh.
naturality.
Okay.
You know, and the second
set of three.
set of three is dramatic, which has a wing.
Oh, I love the wing.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
which ones do I have on right now?
you have dramatic, actually,
Which is great because I'm very
two.
dramatic.
Number two.
Dramatic number 2. And the best fucking part of this whole
Number two.
dramatic number 2.
I just had dramatic number two.
I just realized what I said. Oh no. I don't have dramatic number 2.
I
My
do
lashes
sometimes.
are dramatic number 2.
When pre-workout and coffee kicks.
Yeah, listen. Sometimes you have dramatic number 2.
Very, yeah.
So my favorite part about this is how much they cost. Can you say that?
Yeah.
Wait, don't say it yet, but you can. We can tell them.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So now, how much do normal lashes cost that you can reuse a couple of times?
Well,
I've never seen them say you can reuse them 20 times, but I have seen them where you can reuse them 10 times. And that cost me, I think it was between I think it was around $20, like $19.99.
It's
right?
from 15 to 25 in Sephora for different brands.
Okay.
But kind of like not the same type, basically.
$14 to $25. Sorry, 15 to 25.
15 to 25.
$15 to
Yeah.
$25 is what the range is. And how much are your lashes?
$10.99.
$10.99, motherfuckers. That is so good. I love
I'm
that.
trying to keep it,
No, that's actually awesome. Here's the other thing. So the box that they came in, I fucking wish I had them to show you guys, but you're just gonna have to buy them and find out. There, it's so like, it looks like, and not that I'm not saying it's not, but it looks like a very high end product. Your logo, like it all looks.
I did put lots of thoughts into
No,
the
and
design.
it is like the materials that you're using, what you just explained, the cotton, all that is very high end. So the fact that you're only charging that and making it something that is feasible for normal people to buy and still have really great products on their face that aren't shitty materials and that are comfortable is so awesome.
Well, I'm able to keep it that low because I'm one-man show.
Because they're made in China from like kids. And I'm joking. Stop it. That's awful. That's awful. Stop it. I'm joking. Actually, no, I'm just joking. I'm joking. That's not happening.
It is made in China.
Okay, stop it. It's made in China. We're sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, China.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So great. Okay.
So no, because I'm doing everything myself. I don't have any
What do you mean you're doing everything
employees.
yourself? Oh yeah.
I mean, like,
it's
you
a
know,
one-man
like
show right now.
managers,
No.
and like PAs and stuff.
No, you're doing it all
Yet.
yourself. Yet. He is accepting applications.
No, stop.
For the first month, you're just going to do 2 blow dries. But he's going to give you $85. No, just and then
Link down below.
yeah, there's a link down below. I can't. Fucking Tanya. God damn it.
Oh my god, I love her.
Oh God, everyone does, and I feel like it was false advertising. You know what I mean? Like you're loving the wrong person. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking. That's awful. Oh my God. So this is kind of like we're gonna really switch gears here.
Okay.
Wait. So is there a website that they should go to in a few days or what?
Yeah, it's sanaevbeauty.com.
Sanaevbeauty.com. The link is not down below, but SANAEV beauty.com.
Yep.
And I will definitely post like to my stories and shit when it's fully up because I'm sure he will post it and I will share that shit
It's going to be in a few days.
in a few
Ready.
days. Oh my God, this is very exciting. It'll be less than a few days because you guys aren't seeing this live.
No,
So it'll be,
yep.
it'll be even better for you. Okay, so interesting thing. So that I'm going to just kind of get right into.
Mhm.
And I was actually surprised and I was happy that Igor has a similar viewpoint to me on this topic. But we were talking the other day about, oh man, I'm really going for it here. This is dumb. But we were talking the
I'm
other day
afraid.
about, cancel culture and some of the things that have happened recently and like people demanding to be treated the same as others, but going out of their way to be so different.
Oh,
Right. And so,
yeah.
this is why I'm bringing this up only because, so you're gay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you and I are the same age, which to me also matters because we came from a certain generation
Yes.
of what we were used to, what was acceptable to us.
Yes.
What we're seeing now is very different from that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard kind of because you're like, I heard a really funny joke the other day. about, and it was actually, I think, did you send this to me? The stand-up comedy guy that has an accent and he's not from America. And he's like basically talking about
it took me 3 years to learn I am, you are, he is,
she is.
Yeah.
And like, he's like, don't, he's like, by all means change your gender, but don't change your grammar. Your grammar because he can't, like, he's like, he can't keep up. And I was like, I laughed because I was like, I feel like, it's really hard now. So like, even at work, we have people that don't want to be referred to as, he or she or whatever. Fine. I honestly don't care. I don't have anything. I'm not going to shame anyone for anything. I'm not about that at all. It is very different from how I grew up. Like when I grew up, it was either like everyone was only male or female, and you were either gay or you were straight, or
trans people as well. Yeah.
But like that was a little bit more outside the circle. It wasn't more as common to me in my life,
right,
as just a gay person or a straight person, right? So the pendulum has kind of swung so far nowadays that
it's even confusing for me, and I'm a part of LGBTQ community.
Yeah, which now I think is the
LGBTQ plus,
A through W, Z, Y, X.
Yeah.
It goes on for days, right?
Yes.
So
and
what I appreciated about this conversation I had with him the other day was that I thought it was very interesting that as a gay person, he's like, no, it's actually become confusing even for the people in our community. And that was a point that you made that I was like, I don't have that viewpoint, and I thought that was great.
I'm an old school guy,
It's a regular gay dude. You're not. You're like, and you're a him, and you're a gay dude.
Yeah, I'm like minority, I guess.
Run of the mill.
Yeah. But and I'm trying to. Well, obviously, I'm trying to understand everyone.
Yeah, of course.
Please explain to me the way that I will get it.
Yeah.
But because I am old school, like when a person like, oh, actually, I'm pansexual. For the first second, my brain goes, oh, he'd be fucking skillets, So, but
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. That was really funny.
So, and I'm like, okay,
hang on. Look, just hard stop for a second on this pansexual. It's
Yeah.
called. And okay, that's really funny because you do. I think kitchenware also when I hear that only because. And listen, I want to make this very clear. I really do love everyone. I don't care what you want to be referred to as. I don't care what you identify with. I am not that person. I am just saying that please understand if you are someone who is outside of the box of what all we're talking about here is what we're used to, right? So it is outside the comfort zone of people who have lived without all of those titles for most of their lives. Like we're 39 years old. It's not normal for us to hear that.
No,
so
it's not like we're not accepting. We just
we don't fully understand what's happening. Do you know what I mean?
we're trying to understand.
Yeah, and and so when I hear some of these things, I'm like he said, like, he's like when he first heard pansexual, he's like, oh, so this person likes to fuck skillets. Okay, like, and that's not what it is.
Well, pan, it's from Greek that means all.
Right. It also means eggs. I'm joking, but I understand.
Yeah.
No, pan does. Like, and I'm familiar with that as well because like I also like know, from a whole other viewpoint of things of like when you do something like, and it's like pan is for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like you're doing it for everyone.
Yes.
Like if you're like doing something on your own versus like a self thing versus pan is for everybody. Yeah.
So I think,
this is not something I would associate with
sexuality.
No.
Yeah. Well,
before.
As far as I understand, pansexual means
you love everyone. You'll have sex with everyone.
Yeah. You don't,
no matter what they identify with.
Yes.
So it's not just
It's not just
bisexual because that would just be male and female.
Yeah. It's they.
See, also, by the way, like how I grew up was like you were either gay, you were straight, and bisexual was just like you're experimenting. That wasn't even really a thing that ever stuck your whole life. Do you know what I mean?
No,
honestly,
bisexual community is huge. And big, and they, happen to be and good that they are.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm like, okay, so choose the side.
Right, that's how I think because we don't know. We didn't have all this. There wasn't this many options.
Yes.
When we were growing up at all. It was very one way or the other. It was like team A or team B. Team, and there would be even jokes. People would say that. Like I remember growing up, like, what team are you playing for? You know what I mean? Like which was male or female. There was no other option. But it's it's amazing to me. Like, and I'm going to tell you something. I think the other day somebody said to me like there's over 76 genders now. Can you imagine?
Okay.
And that's my reaction because I was like, first of all, I don't have the time to look that up and figure out what they all are. But I was like, there might be more now, honestly, because this conversation was a few weeks ago, and this thing is ever changing, guys. Like, and I'm like, okay, I have to wrap my head around this because I also have a 6-year-old daughter and a soon to be 11-month-old son. I don't really have to worry about him for a while, but my daughter sees stuff like this all the time and asks me questions, and I have to try to find a good way to explain this to a 6-year-old girl, right? Like, who's very much, by the way, she's like fine with being a girl. She loves it. She's very girly.
Yeah.
Like, that's all fine. I'm not worried about that. Or
No,
like,
in order
and
to
I wouldn't be worried about it.
explain-
But to explain it to, here's the thing. I know this might come across as like, I'm being ignorant, and I hope that that's not what it is. The intention of what I'm trying to explain is that to explain something to a 6-year-old whose comprehension and understanding is very different than a grown-up, right? Like what she can understand and take in, how I have to explain it is in such a way that she can actually think with that information and doesn't confuse her or like, you know what I mean?
But in order to deliver that way,
Yeah.
you have to be absolutely confident that you know the subject.
That's right.
From A to
That's
Z,
right.
you know?
Because if I'm uncertain or if I'm insecure
You will
about how I'm
confuse
explaining
her.
it, then she's like, well, my mom doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. And I'm, when you're 6 years old, like your parents they know everything and they're your stable person and we don't fucking know everything, but we're trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she went to a makeup gymnastics class and the makeup class she went to wasn't with other kids her age. Like her normal gymnastics class is like 4 to 7-year-olds. And this one happened to be like, I don't know, 11 to 14 or something. So much older kids than her, like twice her age, essentially. And she came home and and my babysitter had to take her because it was like a Tuesday and I was at work. And I came home and she kind of looked like bewildered. Like she was all like confused, like walking around. And I was like, what happened? I was like, everything good? She's like, yeah, I don't want to, I went to my makeup gymnastics class, but it was all older kids and I didn't like it. And I was like, okay, well, that's not your normal class. Cause she wanted to be with kids her own age. And I was like, okay, that's not your normal class. Something else happened? And she's like, no, she's like, I saw this boy there, but he was dressed like a girl. And I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, and I guess, she's 6, so she hasn't been exposed to this because she's 6, right? Like how much, she doesn't have the social life of going and, like, and I said, oh, okay. And she told me about it. And I was like, and she's like, why was he dressed like that? And I said, well, I don't actually know. I don't know. I don't know what his reasoning was. I don't know if he was, who knows, right? Because there's a lot of different answers. But I was as honest with her as I could be. And I said, I don't know. Maybe that's how he felt comfortable going to gymnastics that way, that he didn't,
Right.
want to wear anything else or whatever. And I said, I hope, just so when that happens, like, I don't want you to like stare or make the person feel uncomfortable, because I'm just thinking I might not understand exactly what he's going through or if that boy would like to be. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know what it's like to feel different. And the reason why I know that is because as a kid, I moved every 2 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being the new kid and walking into the class for the very first time and all the classes throughout the day, and every single class, everyone looking up at you, not knowing anyone, walking into a lunchroom with 150 kids and not knowing where to sit. And that's the only thing I can liken it to. So I just wanted her to know, like, please don't make anyone else feel uncomfortable, even if it's not something you're used to seeing. And she's like, no, mommy, I didn't stare and I didn't point, because she used to do this thing when she was a kid. Like, we'd be in a store and she's like, Mom, you see that guy over there? I'm like, don't, what? I just pointed at him. And it wasn't anything with sexual orientation. It was just like a guy. He could have been wearing a hat that she liked. Like, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
But very like outed over there.
yeah, she
like,
does. It's very overtly like, Mom, and I'm like, please, we don't point at people because it's rude. You know what I mean? So I was like, please don't do this to this boy. She's like, no, I was like, okay, good. So
Good.
I was more concerned about that. But it is, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head when it's like, it's a subject matter we don't really fully understand yet. I don't actually think that some of the people that are actually going through it fully understand it. And there is a lot of confusion as you grow up, like, especially when you're like a teenager, and you go through puberty and stuff. Like, it's a fucked up time.
Oh, yeah.
For anybody.
I mean, the hormone confusion and,
just for anyone. It doesn't matter. Like,
I mean, I knew from the beginning.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to.
That's great.
But to know who I am.
Even that.
I guess.
And here's the thing, it's very different now than it was when we were kids, right? Like now,
yeah,
it's very pushed. Like some of these concepts are pushed on people too, of like, it's okay to identify with a toaster or whatever. I don't fucking know. Do you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't anything we heard when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What we were when we were kids was like even being gay was rough. That was like, oh
In
my
Russia.
God, and don't tell your parents in Russia, for Christ's sake. You were like literally like a war survivor. So so it's just a different time, right? And it's like it's something that my daughter will not be different for her. She will be growing up as a teen, very unlike I did, very exposed to all of this, which is great. But I want to try to get ahead of it a little bit to have more understanding than she will.
Because
so that I can
she's
help
gonna
her.
ask you, 100%.
And she's gonna expect fucking
she's
answers.
Like, yeah, she's like, Mom, what is this?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah.
You know,
and she doesn't know right now. She doesn't know anything other than like him and her.
Yeah, and then like they like okay about they. To me.
That's when I say they, I'm talking about more than one person.
It's
so
plural
I get
to
stuck
me.
with this.
Yeah, it is plural to me. But then
it's plural.
They, yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. It's in the middle, I guess.
I don't get it, so I have no idea.
So I mean, okay, in Russian language, there are three genders: masculine, feminine, and it.
Oh, it.
Yeah. So let's say
a lot of people referred to my baby as it when I was pregnant. Like, how is it? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of mean.
No.
That was mean. I took the defense to that when they called my baby it. I'm like, it's a human. I don't know why you're saying it.
No, to me, like offensive when people say it to an animal, like to a dog. You know,
totally.
No,
we both are dog owners though, so that's why we're like.
Yeah, and so in Russian language, every noun has a gender. So let's say a pillow is a
pillow is it.
No, it's female.
Oh, a pillow is female in Russian.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fully fucked up now. I have no idea what's going on.
Sun is it. You know.
Sun, like the sun outside?
Sun, like the star.
Yeah. Like you got a tan.
Yeah.
Not like a sun like your son.
No.
Okay, good.
Not sun.
I have to ask nowadays. See? This is fucked up. This is where we are.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, so to me, like when the whole they thing came out, I was like, who are they?
And
you know,
who's this group of people? Like,
the
many
group,
people.
yeah, like plural.
And it's rough too for you because because of the language barrier.
Yeah. Sometimes because it was so many interesting situations. Because when I came to America, I didn't speak English.
None.
Hi, bye.
Okay, wait. How did you learn English then? Get out of here.
I was forced because I had to make money. You know,
so you were listening from other people, or how? Like,
so
that's amazing.
I got my first job on the fourth day after moving to America, in a small
blow dry job, or a different job. The blow drying of the hair. The shitty guy with the $84.
No, that was in New York.
Oh, that was in New York.
Yeah. Okay. So I worked at the very nice small Russian Jewish salon in Manhattan on 2nd Avenue.
Ooh, you started off fancy as soon as you got here. You didn't fuck around, dude.
No. So I picked it up there. And there was so many funny situations.
I am sure. Like so many things that you thought you were saying and it wasn't that.
No. Even my asshole friends, like, okay,
set you up. Like, tell that person to go fuck themselves. It means hello. Yeah, like
kind of. I didn't know how to say sideburns.
Okay.
In English, and for some reason I didn't trust Google, and I asked.
You shouldn't. No,
I right? No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, for real.
And I asked my friends, and I'm like, so how do you say sideburn in English? And they said side whiskers.
Side whiskers.
So I was so excited. Next day I came to work and I had a men's haircut, and I was like, so how long would you like your side whiskers? And he looked at me like I'm on the fucking crack or something, and he was like, you mean sideburns? I'm like, I guess, I don't know.
You're like, no, I'm not going to burn you, sir. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No fire, no fire. Wait a minute. So the friends that you were asking, were they also Russian?
Yeah.
Oh, so
they were already like...
They spoke English, but they were like your translators.
Yeah.
That's awful. What dicks.
Fuckers.
Russian people are assholes. I'm just joking.
Oh, they are.
Just joking. You got to watch out for these Russians.
Mm-hmm. And I was like...
oh my God.
Because can you imagine you just like freshly off the boat and you... trying to get through
and fit in with like a fucking country that you have no idea.
Yeah,
that must have been pretty.
That was interesting time.
Yeah, man. Like because you're coming from, it's a totally different world. And I've been to Russia, and it's a very, very, very different environment there. Like I remember being in the car. I was in a cab at the time. I was a personal assistant for a singer, and me and her hair and makeup people were in a cab driving to the venue where she was going to perform. And the cab was trying to get us there very fast because we were running late, and we couldn't get there like after her, obviously. And so he went down a one-way street the wrong way, and a cop pulled him over. And the cab driver gets out of the car and starts walking towards the police car. And I'm going, this is not how we do shit at home. If you do that, you're going to get like, what are you doing? You like,
You're gonna get charged.
You shut your car off. You like hang your hands out the window to make sure that you're not like, and this guy gets out and walks over to the cop car. And we're like, what's happening? And I'm like looking in the mirror and I see him like talking and give the cop something. I'm like, what? And he gets back in the car. And I'm like, oh, well, what happened? And I was like, kind of afraid to ask because I don't, you're in a country you don't know, right? And I'm like, who the fuck am I? And he's like, oh, I just gave him money and he let us go. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, I gave him money and he let us, we're going to, because he continues driving in the wrong direction. I said,
Bribed.
what do you mean? He goes, yeah, that's how it works here. And he goes, but I'll tell you something. If I was doing that and some random, like a civilian, normal person, not a cop, pulled over and offered him more money than I was giving him to give me a ticket, he would have ticketed me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Welcome to Russia.
Yeah.
Enjoy your stay.
Oh, that's very, yeah. I mean, I've been in so many times in situation with my friends when we were driving and being pulled over and we didn't have cash with us. So the police people kindly drove us to the ATM machine.
Oh my God.
To take the money out.
So do they offer it?
Oh, yeah, because we're like, oh, we don't have cash. I'm like, oh, there's ATM like right there. So let's get to the car and like, let's.
Oh my God. And is this because the cops there don't make a lot of money or what's
Yeah,
the deal?
yeah,
I
absolutely.
See. Okay.
No, like the most unprotected, well, yeah, kind of unprotected and like really low on salary, police, teachers, and doctors.
In Russia.
Yeah.
Here, definitely teachers are not compensated what they should be, I feel like. But it's not that, I mean, this is a very different, obviously, situation. Wow, that's so sad.
Yeah, it is.
So wait, do your whole family still lives there, yeah? Your
My
mom?
parents, yeah.
Yeah. And do you ever go like visit there?
No.
Do they visit here?
Nope.
No. So you haven't seen her? Your mom?
I
don't know why
haven't
it's just
seen.
your mom. Your whole family. You haven't seen your whole family.
Oh, well, I haven't
your
seen
poor
them.
mother.
Yeah, for 10 years.
10 years.
I mean, FaceTime.
FaceTime. Oh yeah, it's fine then. You're FaceTiming.
it's
You're
fine.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. They're great. We love you, Mom.
Yeah.
That's so great. Well, Igor, I love you.
I love you too.
And I'm going to say that, like, I don't know if you guys can, I know I said this earlier, but if you could just fucking zoom in on my face, because he did a great job. Like, look at this. Just look at it. You see it? See these lips that I didn't get injected?
It's a lip liner.
It's a lip liner. It's a lip liner. Oh,
Are we gonna put it down below?
No, we're not going to do anything to the video. Oh my God. Did I tell a story about yesterday? Yesterday I got my full body.
No, you didn't.
I don't know if I did say it or not because I said it in the first version of this that we had to stop. I got my full body laser hair removal done yesterday. And I may have mentioned this in the beginning, but let me just say this. Let me just tell one part of it. They do your whole body. First of all, the day before you go, you have to shave everything. I had no idea how much hair I had. So I'm shaving my arms. I'm shaving everything. I was in the shower for such a long time that I'm not joking. The water ran cold. So I ran out of fucking hot water. I don't have a well here. Like, I don't know what the fuck. It just stopped producing hot water. The water got fucking cool. Okay. I'm fucking freezing and I'm pushing in my stomach to see what's going on. I don't know. Okay, whatever. I don't want to get too into it. And then half a can of shaving cream. The razor went in the fucking trash because I was like, it was like a butter knife by the time I was done with it. It was useless. There's nothing sharp about it. I could literally give it to my 10-month-old son to play with as a toy or as a teething thing. It wouldn't hurt him because it's so dull. It's ridiculous. Okay. So then I fucking go there and she's doing my whole body. And then she goes, so now we're going to do your bikini area and all of that. Right. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, I just want you to know this is going to hurt very badly. And I'm like, oh, okay. And we're talking and she's Armenian. I'm like, I'm half Armenian and half Italian. And she's like, oh my God, like she loves me right away. And she's like, what a mix. I'm like, yeah, very hairy situation. That's what that means. Passionate. And I eat a lot of great food. So she goes, this is going to hurt very badly. And I'm like, well, like more than like giving birth? Like, what do you mean? She's like, well, no, I mean, if you did that, you had 2 babies naturally, like you'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. So she has this like thick popsicle stick that she sticks between my legs so that she doesn't get to the middle, like your innards, and then she puts that there and then she's like, okay, so you're just going to breathe through this. Guys. It was so intense that I was like this, Like I was freaking out. I was like my white knuckling it. My hands were literally I showed her after they were soaking wet with sweat. And then I have to lay on my side. And she goes, I need you to pull up. I had to spread things for her. It was so degrading. Then she says to me this is what, first of all, her voice sounds like she's far, far away down a hallway. Like I hear a whisper. I don't even know where, I can't see her anymore. Okay. And I hear her like from a distance.
Jenny.
Yeah. Like there's an echo.
I'm here.
Yeah. She's like, you just let me know if it's too much. And I'm like, what? Okay. And so she goes, I hear this. This is what she says. She goes, oh, you're going to love this. Oh, this is going to be so good for you because you're very hairy. Can you imagine? I'm like, okay. So I just deal with it. There's tears in my eyes. I'm like, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Just hang in there, Janine. Like, it's going to be great. We get through it. And then she goes, so the next time you come, whoever does this, I go, no, hang on a second. Let me explain something to you.
We're family now.
We are family. You have been places nobody else has been. I'm pretty sure you laser hair removaled my insides, like the lower part of my intestines and my uterus at least. I know for sure I'm hairless from the inside out, okay? And also, not every single person in this goddamn establishment is going to see what you just saw. She goes, oh, I've probably seen more than your husband. I'm like, absolutely, or I wouldn't still be married. Yes. So what an experience.
I just remembered a funny story
Tell me.
about the lasering.
Oh, Jesus.
So I worked... back when I was living in Russia, worked at the salon, and we had one of the first laser in the city.
Oh God,
the hair removal laser, yeah, right
in Russia.
So I've tried it 12 times, still fucking growing. But anyway, we had two laser technicians. The younger one, cool, and then it was like older. She was a doctor, and stuff, and she was very like put together and stuff. So one day she comes to work and she look at her schedule and it says like who booked for what area, like armpits, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. What area of your body like that they want.
And there's a name.
Okay.
Of patient.
Right. Like Joe.
Yeah.
Balls
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know why that's what I picked. Okay,
I don't know. And it's not Russian name. So I don't know where it came from. And so she goes and then there's a name. It's male. And it says anus. So like the hair
not
removal.
His name. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and she was like, "What do you mean?"
So it's like Vladimir Anus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically.
Is that a Russian name?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And she gets so nervous.
Yeah.
She's like, "You guys like joking?" We're like, "No, he's coming to remove hair
from his
around,
anus.
not from, but from around."
Around. Well, you're not going to shoot the middle. Yeah. Okay.
I hope so. So she was running around, and then for some
Wait,
reason,
did you work there?
Yes, I did.
Did you do this for people?
No. We had hair. We had cosmetology.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah,
You're doing hair.
Yeah.
Great.
I
You're
was
still
doing
with
hair.
the hair. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And she was like,
you're cutting hair. They're lasering.
She was
it.
going. Yeah.
Okay.
She was coming to the front desk and back.
She's a nervous wreck.
She's nervous, and then for some reason, 5 minutes before he comes, she put lipstick on.
She's like, I gotta look good for this.
Yeah, and then the patient comes. And it was probably misunderstanding on the phone. It was armpits. They just booked the wrong. Oh, something happened.
Thank God she got off the hook.
Yeah, and she was so nervous and paranoid. She was like sweating and like putting lipstick on.
I wouldn't want to do that either. Putting lipstick on is fucking hilarious.
That was hilarious.
This woman was wearing a mask, and I was grateful for it. To be honest with you, you know what I mean. I was
before that, I mean,
not that I showered like seconds before I left my house. I was like, I'm gonna shower to the last minute. Oh, she had this white crayon. She was drawing on my body to know the places that she had already done because you can't go over someone's skin twice. You could fucking burn them.
Oh, yeah.
And so I looked like a piece of graph paper when I left. You know what I mean? And it was hilarious. And then she's like, as she's doing it, she's like, I'm sure that, you already know that like you can get like hyperpigmentation, usually on your, in your groin area and under your arms. I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, where your skin gets darker. I'm like, oh, and it just stays that way? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. Okay. I was like, well, I guess it's better than having hair though, right? And she's like, yeah, I mean, that was in all your paperwork that you signed. I'm like, I don't fucking read that shit, dude. I was signing that iPad, like whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I've gone once. I am going to go back. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think you're going to have any hyperpigmentation. But we'll see.
I don't think so either. And I'm like, honestly, like, first of all, I don't care if I have hyperpigmentation down there. I told her, I said, listen, this is not for cosmetic reasons. I am not doing this for cosmetic reasons because all the men that in my life need to, that's not my, I'm literally doing it for comfort because like all jokes aside, like I am extremely, like my legs, there's pores where I have 2 or 3 hairs growing out of one pore. Like if I shave my legs in the morning, by the end of my day, when I come home, I have stubble. Like I'm not joking. Like if I get the goosebumps, I'm fucked. Everything just grows right back. You know?
I mean, your hair grew back when I was blow drying your hair.
Oh my God. He took a before and after, like literally days ago of cutting he took 3 inches of hair. First of all, you guys watch this every week. There's 3 inches of my hair removed from last week's podcast. He takes a picture of the before and after. I swear to God, the hair is exactly lined up. He's like, your hair grew back like as he was drying it, he was just pulling. It was like growing from the root. Like it's just like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that the benefits for me will far outweigh the disadvantages, but what a fucking visit that was. Holy shit. And I was like, you're doing this. I went to the front. She's like, when do you want to come back? I'm like, what's her schedule like? Because I'm on her fucking time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to anybody else.
Absolutely.
And I said to the front desk, I was like, no one else here can see what she just saw. That you should also give that woman a break and a raise. Like she should go outside, take 15 minutes, get some space. You know what I'm saying? Like go for a walk, maybe. Have a cigarette. She doesn't smoke. Tell her to start. You know what I mean? Like it was intense. Like it was like, anyway.
For her shot.
Totally. Oh my God. But anyway, this has been one of my favorite podcasts.
Thank you.
You're amazing. And I love you so much. And if
too.
I wasn't afraid of hitting my fat body into this microphone and breaking it, I would hug the shit out of you right now. Well, we'll hug after.
We will.
We're going to hug
We don't
out.
want to bend those little things.
No, we don't. So SanaevBeauty.com.
Yeah.
Sanaev photo. Instagram.
Everything's Sanaev.
Everything's Sanaev. Sanaev.
Yep.
We love you. Thank you so much for listening. You guys are the best. Until next week. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.